Thank you so much, DTM Njeri, for joining me for this interview on how we can use our social media platform. But before we get into the meat of it, please tell us a bit about your journey in Toastmasters or anything about yourself.
Thank you, Robert. I'm happy to be here. As you have said, my name is Njeri Gathii, and professionally, I am in the brand strategy space. I am a brand storyteller and also a personal branding coach. I joined Toastmasters in late 2017, and the reason I wanted to join Toastmasters is I wanted to be better able to articulate myself. You know the way sometimes you feel that you have a story to tell, or you'd like to speak somewhere, but you don't know how to put together your thoughts and how to express them. And so I came here so that I could be a better speaker or be able to articulate myself. And I find that it has really helped, whether it is in my business when I'm pitching to a client, I'm able to know how to organize my thoughts. Even when I'm speaking one-on-one to people, I find that when I explain things and people don't tell me, we didn't understand you. It's like I already have my opening body conclusion and I'm able to know how to speak. It has basically improved so many areas of myself, including giving me confidence to speak up for myself. So this has been a beautiful journey. I have served in various roles. What I've done is like I've immersed myself in Toastmasters because it doesn't seem to be so different from what I do. I work with one-on-one people, one-on-one. I coach them. I work with businesses. It involves a lot of speaking. And so Toastmasters is very near to what I do. And also it supports, it gives me a very good support in terms of networks and people that like-minded people that I can always resort to. So this has been of so much value to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have served as a past PR manager for the district. And I think your knowledge in terms of PR in Toastmasters might be quite beneficial to us. And I think the way that we use our social media in particular can be improved by your knowledge. And the first thing that we might ask ourselves is, who are we targeting through our social media accounts?
Thank you very much. Indeed, I have served as public relations manager, and also public relations and communication is part of my profession. So is marketing. When we are thinking about our social media accounts, I love the question you have asked about who do we target? Because who you're targeting determines which social media channel you go to. And the person you're targeting, if I may go to first, whenever you're selling anything, you must think of an acronym is MAN, M-A-N, and that means that you're looking for somebody who has money to pay. And then you're looking for someone who has authority to make that decision. I think that is why Toastmasters admits people who are over 18. And then you're looking for someone with a need. So you might find people with money, but they don't have the need. You might find people with the need and they don't have the money. So you're looking, the reason you're thinking about your target market is because you want the person who needs Toastmasters in their life. And when you think about the target market, I usually say, look at your club, because your club already has several people. What kind of people attend your club? Because that kind of people is the same kind of people that you will attract. If you're to look at your club, even if you're to do a basic survey, you would be able to find out what are our club, even over the years, what kind of people has it attracted? And that is why different clubs have different kinds of people. If you look at Kwanza Kenya, and then you look at Mombasa Toastmasters Club, or rather Simba Toastmasters Club, you will find that the people attending have a certain difference, even though they have a certain sameness. So one way to think of who is my target market is to see what kind of people do we tend to attract. Do we attract entrepreneurs? Do we attract people who are working? If we look at the majority of our members, are they from a certain age, maybe from 25 to 35, and they are working in their first jobs or in their third jobs? That kind of data. All the data we have in the club informs us who is our target market. The second thing that we can use to determine our target market is the materials that Toastmasters has already provided us. If you look at in Toastmasters, the club officer training, there are materials there's one called marketing. And if you look at one of the pre-work, it's called marketing pre-work. It has, and you read through it, you will see the kind of people, what we call the customer persona, the kind of people who tend to join Toastmasters. And it divides them into various categories. Those categories help you find. If you look at those categories, you will find that your members fall under there. You will find like they will tell you about the person who is 20 to 30, they're in their new job, they are raring to go, they are seeking a certain promotion. That kind of person tends to join the club. You will also find that it will give you a certain age, maybe a 40 to a 55, the kind of person who has experience and they're looking for a place where they can pour in. That's a kind of a certain persona. Then you'll find another one of maybe foreigners or people who are working in this country that are not from this country. They're looking for an easy place where they can relate and also speak English. You know, it's a very easy professional space to be in. So what I'm saying is that there are two ways. First, look at your own club and see the kind of people you attract, and then look at the customer persona for Toastmasters. So once you find the majority of your members, then think. The other way is to ask, most of the guests who come to us, where do they say they have discovered us? Do you collect, when the SA is collecting data, do they find out, did you find out about us? You find people will tell you Facebook. That seems to be the place that attracts a lot of people to your club. Sometimes it could be LinkedIn. So we have various sources of information, and the importance of the target market is so that don't go and lay your wares where people are not buying. Most of us, if you look at Toastmasters in Eastern Africa, are professionals, and the rest of the people are entrepreneurs. Where are those people when it comes to social media? Go there. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it sure does. And it reminds me of how surprising it was when I was a president to discover that most of the people who came to us found us through a Google search. They didn't come through social media accounts or any other means. It was simply a Google search. And by focusing on that, we were able to attract more people to our clubs. So now that you understand who you need to focus or target through your social media accounts, what are you going to be showing these people? What do you post on your social media accounts?
Thank you. Your social media account is one of the ways that you express what happens in a Toastmasters Club. What solutions are offered within a Toastmasters Club? So when you think about what to post, let us look again according to, it's called a member goals survey run by Toastmasters International. The member goals survey highlights the various reasons that people join. And if you just go to your club, you will hear the same story. You will think that Toastmasters came to your club and asked the people. So you find that people come in because of their fear of public speaking is one of the reasons that people join Toastmasters. It's actually scored the highest. So they want to build confidence in public speaking because that's the highest need. And then they want to become more effective speakers. They want to improve their presentation skills, their leadership skills. And some people want to network, etc. So when you look at these reasons, then what you're posting is showing the public that your club is a solution to the fear of public speaking, that your club is a place where people build confidence for public speaking, that your club is a place where people can network, that people can grow leadership. So what you're doing is you're posting content that is showing people that you are the solution. And this kind of content could be content that shows how can you resolve the pain. So for example, if you ask members of, I've had people say, I used to really stammer through my presentations and somebody suggested that I should join Toastmasters. So when someone is looking for that information, they were just told, and I am not surprised that you say that people did Google searches. So when people go and find out how to overcome fear of public speaking, do they find that your club has posted something about how to overcome the fear of public speaking? When they search how to improve presentations at work, do they find those solutions, your club talking about those solutions? So when it comes to what to post, it's things like how joining a Toastmasters club can improve can help you get over your fear of public speaking. Come and join us. This is a friendly environment where you can speak, you can practice without judgment. Do you need feedback about how you appear in public when you speak? Join our club. Those are just some of the topics that you are likely to be posting on your social media. And then testimonials. You know, a lot of times we have come in, like myself. I remember when I started, at the back of the room, they used to tell me, we can't hear what you're saying. And I never used to be heard, and I really used to shake when I stand in front of you. Right now, I can stand here and I can speak several things. So such is a testimony. These are testimonials from our club members. So when we take maybe a photo of Njeri at the front speaking in her club, then we attach there a caption from Njeri. I used to be afraid of doing this, but now I'm way confident. So we have a visual and then we have a testimonial. So these are some of the things we can post. So we have informational posts, like the ones I say how you can overcome this. And then we have like other posts of entertaining. Maybe you have pictures of your people having fun. And then down there you can caption, do you need a place to network? Do you need to join a group of happy people who are each growing in their own ways? So you have all this. And then you have also informational in terms of how often your club meets. You can look through a social media account of a club and you don't realize when they meet. What if occasionally you have a poster that says, please note our club meets at this time and this is what they do. Recently, our club posted something like, what happens in a Toastmasters club? And we went through the Toastmaster of the day does this, the speakers do this, evaluations do that. So all those, we have a whole lot of content. But I think our clubs have concentrated on thinking that let's post pictures, let us post our posters. That is just very little. There is so much we can do. We can even decide to give people a tip session, a written tip session on how to overcome your R's and ups. Just give people, so you're really helping people so that eventually they think of you as a club as a solution to that, to whatever their need is. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. So having that idea of these are the people that we are targeting, and then understanding this is the kind of content that we need to post that is going to be appealing to them, that is going to demonstrate that our club can meet their needs, is quite a powerful thing that our clubs can do. However, are there any things that can keep the social media activities of our clubs from being effective? What can make us ineffective?
Right. Thank you, Robert. I think first is posting things that are off the brand. Off the brand means that maybe your poster has colors that are not in the Toastmasters brand. What happens is that then the public is not able to identify with that brand. You look like you're a different thing and not the thing that is familiar, because a brand is built by that consistency. So you consistently look like Toastmasters. Are you using the Toastmaster colors? Are you using the Toastmaster fonts? That is number one. So in terms of the look, what you see with your eyes. The other thing is the inward focus of clubs. A lot of our clubs just post what happens with us. So we look like we are an exclusive group of people. So today it's like, Robert there, congratulations for achieving this. And then the next time is so-and-so here, and these people are having fun. All those things are not telling me as an outsider how you are the solution to my needs. You're not telling me how Toastmasters is of any relevance to me. And when I look at you, you look like, have you ever seen photos of a family? When they post, you post your mother, you post your father, you post yourself. And, I know I can't be a member of that club. It's exclusive, of that family. And a lot of times that's what we tend to do as in our social media accounts. We are only talking about ourselves and what is happening inside. However, when we look at public relations as a whole from our clubs, from the VPPR angle, we are supposed to celebrate internally. Maybe that we can use a lot of our WhatsApps and everything, but then externally we are drawing people. The other thing is posting your posters very late. The posters are posted just 2 days before. I, as Njeri, I'm already aware of when my club meets. If I saw Sema, I would be having a clue that maybe Sema Toastmasters Club might be meeting this week, if not this week, next week. However, there's someone who would like to come to your club meeting, but they hadn't planned to come on that Friday. And so when you post too near the time, then they don't know. Our posters also, sometimes we post photos and sometimes we post posters. The posters we put on social media, I think we need to review them, because a lot of the posters have information that is only speaking to anybody who is already a Toastmaster. So we have our club meeting and we are saying the Toastmaster of the day is Njeri Gathii, the theme is time never stops, and then I put in all the other details. If I have never heard of Toastmasters, if I'm looking for an opportunity to grow my public speaking skills, this poster of yours does not tell me that this is where it is happening. Your poster tells me about Robert. Your poster tells me about the theme. I don't know what those things are. And then you tell me the meeting times. We could make our posters attractive by making sure that they say, join us to practice your public speaking skills. I would actually suggest that we have two kinds of posters. The current kind of posters we are doing are internal. Send them in the WhatsApp group for the other Toastmasters so that they can come and visit your club. But create posters that are outward facing. Would you like to improve your public speaking skills? Do you want a gathering of like-minded individuals that are friendly and supportive? Join us this Friday at this time. That is what I would suggest. So if we keep looking too inward, we look like we are exclusive and we are not giving information, then we are being ineffective, however much we are active on social media.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for reminding us that. And I think another benefit of adhering to the Toastmasters brand is that you appear professional without having to do a lot of work on your own, because Toastmasters has done a lot of research of the colors, of the kind of photos that we need to use, the fonts that are going to be appealing to the public. So you have a professional look to those outsiders that you are targeting. You've talked a bit about posting our posters, our invitations to the meetings earlier, but could you tell us a bit more about how often we need to post on our social media accounts?
Right. I know that VPPRs are always balancing a lot of things. I would say if we are going to post, let's do a minimum of once a week. That is a minimum, so that then we have a certain activity. The way the social media works and the way internet works is that the more you post, the more you show whatever they do in the background helps you show up. Yes. So if you post a few times, when someone searches you, you don't appear. But if you post many times, then you really show up. Let's say, for example, so the more you post, the better for you, because you're giving more information and also you're showing up. Let me say, like, for example, LinkedIn, which I've made a little sense of. I'm not yet an expert. If you post on LinkedIn, how I would like for us, and I would give a suggestion that I would like to implement in my club. When you post a post on LinkedIn, if many people comment on it, then they show you. So the way it works is that you post on LinkedIn, then 5 people comment on it, then they show to more people. They say, this is popular. I think this is good content. Because LinkedIn is always looking for popular content. This is good content. Then they show it to more people. Then more people comment. That is why. Have you ever seen a post on LinkedIn that then you keep seeing and you're wondering, why is Robert's post showing and showing and showing? It's because the more it attracts attention, the more it attracts attention. And one of the things we can do as clubs is to find, once we post, we get a few people in our club to comment on that post. So make them aware, let them post as early, let them comment as early as possible. And then what it does is, when I post it and then it shows 10% of your people, then 10% of someone else's people. So the more we post, the more we get likes. If I tell you to post twice a week, you will ask me how. But I think with pre-scheduling, we can be able to do that. I remember when, Robert, you were running the magazine for District 114, the Sauti Toastmasters, you'd get articles from various people. So our clubs, I find that our VPPRs work alone. But what if we asked people for something? maybe somebody is a very good grammarian. Ask them for an article on grammar, on being a good grammarian, or how grammar affects something. Somebody is a good timer. Ask them, tell me how you're implementing timing in your everyday life. All those articles that people are going to send you, and they don't have to be long. They can be just brief articles stating something. So at the end of the day, as a PPR, then you have many, and you can schedule a day and pre-schedule them so that you're able to post more often, like twice a week or something like that. The more we post, the more then we really show up. But minimum, your social media should have a post every week. And allow me, Robert, at this point to say, one of the things we are suffering from is by being everywhere. We are everywhere. We are on social media. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. At the end of the day, and we also have a life, and a lot is happening. I would advise that unless your club has realized that all 4 social media spaces are working or are bringing in people, I would say concentrate on one or two. Maybe pick one, the one that works, and especially if you don't have too much time, and give it your all in the next 6 months, and then see what is the impact, what is coming up. And that's why, again, we spoke about the target market. Ask so many of your members, did they join? Are they making purchasing decisions using social media, or rather Facebook or Instagram? Instagram is a social media space that is really good, but it works a lot with photographs. Are you drawing people? I think such a survey, you can maybe work on all your channels for the next 1 month and then see which one is bringing you the most guests, and then concentrate on that one, because we don't have too much time and we spread ourselves thin, and thus we stretch our creativity thin, and we are not, and at the end of the day, we end up just neglecting all the channels. I think one channel would be great, at most 2.
Absolutely. That is a wise thing indeed for us to do, considering that we are volunteers. We do not have an infinite amount of resources and infinite amount of human resource. And so focusing on the channels that are most productive for your club might be the right way to go. And yeah, to just encourage us, the way that you said, it doesn't need to be a long article. I think most of the time when we ask for articles from our members, they imagine you need a 1,000 word article. In these days where we have shorts that are 15 seconds long, the content that you create doesn't need to be so long. And maybe in closing, how can we get resources that we can use on our social media accounts and our campaigns?
Thank you. First, I say you can. I see clubs taking photos. I would like to ask the VP, where do those photos go? I see every time I'm receiving a ribbon, there's a photo and all that. What do we do with those photos? And we can decide that once a month we can be posting a photo. Sometimes you don't even have to take photos every day. You can decide one day in your club is a day for taking photos. And so you tell people, come in a little early. And they come in early, organize them, take several shots. And all those shots can be used on your poster, and they can be used once a month. Imagine if you got 10 shots and you're combining all, because I'm about to say where else do we get content. If you post once a month there's a visual, then that would be great. We have a lot of resources on the Toastmasters website. Remember, Toastmasters has so much information. And so one, I would like to send you to the page of, if you go to the website, you'll find the page written how to join. How to join is one thing you can put together. How to join a Toastmasters club. Then make it to your own club, put the dollars, put the Kenya shillings, the Uganda shillings, how much do people need to pay, and then make it. For more inquiries, call this number and put in the number of your treasurer, tell them they need to fill a membership form. So that is part of the information. Then there's a page called resources on the Toastmasters website again. And then you can click on it and go to membership. There's a page called membership. It has so much information. Let's say, for example, it has information on why Toastmasters. So pick why Toastmasters, and then put it there. It has a video called the Club Experience. Put some comments and say, have you ever wondered what happens in the Toastmasters Club? Watch the following video. There's a video there called the Club Experience video. Then there's something like about the meeting rules. You can pick them and curate them little by little. There's about member testimonials. You can pick that and pick some information from your members and curate it. So there's a lot of information when you're trying to be a new member, why you should join Toastmasters, why Toastmasters is beneficial for a corporate, and you can pick that information and just attach with a few comments. Every time you're commenting, please give your own comment in a sentence or two, and then curate or rather attach the Toastmaster article for people to read. Secondly, we have the Toastmasters magazines that come off every month. Do you read them? You know, the Toastmasters magazines are on our website, and also there's an email that comes reminding us. And they're always articles, you know, they're always articles. What Toastmasters has done for me here, what Toastmasters has done for me there. Do you know there's even a Toastmasters podcast? And you can give a summary of what is being said in a podcast. Like, for example, I remember listening recently to this lady who was talking about vocal variety and what is the power of vocal variety. That was in a podcast. You can do a summary of that, which you can find that transcription, and then attach the. So what you're doing, you're giving people information, but you have not even worked hard for it. You're just commenting. So the Toastmaster magazine has various articles that you can attach. You can find out what is happening in Toastmasters International. For example, right now, this year, we are celebrating 100 years. Have you told the other people? You know, have we picked the information from Toastmasters International and spread it out? Because especially as Vice President Public Relations, we must remember that we are also the custodian of the brand, of the Toastmasters brand. And so whatever is happening in Toastmasters International, we are free to report. So we have the current things that are happening. Did you know that Toastmasters is 100 years? Did you know, did you know that Toastmasters has over, I think, 350,000 clubs all over the world? Did you know that Africa has this many clubs? All those, that is information you are not having to create. You're just digging it out of the Toastmasters website. Then follow the Toastmasters social media pages and then curate. You know, what did Toastmasters post today? Maybe it's a saying from Ralph Smedley, the founder of Toastmasters. And then you attach with your own opinion in a sentence or two. So we have so much. You don't even have to think a lot. All you need to do is to be organized. Which day do you sit and you get the materials? I think a lot of us is just we say, oh, we're so busy and we're not organized. And I would say one thing I always say to myself, my clients, the people around me: if you don't schedule it, it doesn't get done. Because there's no time that is going to come and say, please do, this is the work you need to do at this point. Schedule it. If you're a VP PR or you're a sub-core in the VP PR or you're an ex-core, schedule what time for content for your social media page and when do you post it. If it is not in the schedule, it doesn't get done. We can be singing here and giving you tips, it still won't get done. So the Toastmaster website has so much resources, you cannot even exhaust it. You just need to create time to be able to curate this information and post it on your own website. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And I think a takeaway from this video is that always remember that you are reaching people who are not Toastmasters at the moment. And when you have that in mind, schedule. I don't know which one we'll go with. Your time so that you know when you're going to post on your social media, and then just use the material that has already been created, and you'll find that you have more than enough to post on your social media accounts. Thank you so much once more, DTM Njeri, for your time and for those nuggets of wisdom. Thank you so much. I hope the officers of this district are going to benefit greatly from that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for also letting me share. I think it's in sharing. They said that a teacher learns twice. So right. When you are researching all these materials, I'm also getting enriched. So thank you very much for having me.